Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today we're taking a look at this. What we've got here, this is a little Garmin GPS system. This is a Garmin Etrex 10 or Etrex 10. Belongs to a friend of mine, and yeah, basically what's happened to this is what happens to a lot of things like this that only get used, you know, occasionally. He left the batteries in it, and he basically said, would I have a little look at this, see if there's anything that can be done with it. Unfortunately, one problem I've just spotted, and it's obviously this is used for, you know, walkers and outdoor pursuits and stuff like that, which means it's actually waterproof, or at least water resistant, which means that the battery compartment has a rubber seal around it there. So any outgassing of the batteries, any leakage that's gone from the batteries hasn't leaked out the back, it's leaked actually inside the unit. So I am not sure what my chances of actually getting this working again are going to be. I'm going to attempt it. I can already see that the contact down there is pretty bad. It's pretty much completely corroded away. That one doesn't look too bad, and the contacts on that side are probably savable. But the first thing I'm going to do before we even start trying to clean this up is I'm going to try and take it apart and see exactly how much damage there is inside it, because I mean this could be a beyond repair basically. Let's get the screwdrivers out and let's see what we can find. Now it's a tiny little Torx, I think is that going to be big enough? We're going to have to go even smaller than that. Let's try that. No. We should have something in one of these kits that will get in there. Let's try that. That's too big. Let's try that one. Oh, I think we like need the next size down from that. Let's try that one. That's the one, that fits. Right. Those aren't screws. We've got a screw there, a screw there. See if we can get them screws out. One, two, three. Four. Oops, I shot that across the desk. Five. Let's see if we can, oh, I think this needs a little more of a turn. There we go. That's 6 screws out. Let me find something I can put those in. That will do. Yeah, I've got 6 screws in there and a shower of rust. Right, let's... oh, at least it comes apart easily enough. Oh, wow. Oh, awesome. It is absolutely perfect inside. And if I just look, right, this is good and bad. Basically it's completely sealed, the battery compartment, so the leakage actually hasn't got into the unit itself. It is literally only in the battery compartment. Let's take that little gasket off so we don't damage it while we work on this thing. Pop that in the pot. So we've got some corrosion on the back there we need to get rid of. We need to clean all this up here, and then we need to see what we can do with the contacts. Unfortunately, the contacts that go through onto the back there, we'll check continuity on them, but those are the ones that are in the better condition. It's the contacts on that side that just bridge across, which seem to be the really crusty ones. Let's see if we can winkle that out and see exactly how bad it is. These might be completely toast, to be honest, and I might have to make some new ones or find some off some piece of junk that I can modify to fit. Yeah, because there's just nothing left of the metal. Let's see if we can get that out. The metal is completely corroded on that side. It won't even come up and out. Yeah, we need to see if we can perhaps just break that up and get it out of there, and then we can make a new one. We've got a thin screwdriver. That might do. No. That might do. Yeah, there's no saving that piece, we'll have to make a new one. That's not for coming out either. Oh, it's lifted up a little bit. That was a spring in there. So we had a spring on one side and a flap on the other. It's so corroded that the spring's literally just disintegrated. Could do with getting the bin over here or something so I can empty all this crust that's farming out into it. Oh dear me. I think we'll be able to clean this up though. So what we're trying to do is get the metal out that's all corroded and not damage the plastic that actually holds it in place. There we go. That's the first piece out. There we are, we got it. So it all broke up into little pieces, but we have at least managed to get the let's empty out onto the bench. Yeah, we have managed to get that out, so we should be able to make a new contact to go down that side. There's still some of it stuck in there. I should be able to break that away. In fact, what we need to do now, let's have a clean. I have got some basically white vinegar, which is just acetic acid, and we can use this to neutralise the alkali. These will have been alkali batteries, I'm guessing, that were left in this. So some acetic acid should at least help break that up. I find one of my old toothbrushes. Get one out from there. look at that. You can see it just break away, break up that corrosion. That's cleaning up quite nicely. I will leave that piece just to soak, and let's move on to the back there. Let's get another little bit of vinegar on that. You can see it's just breaking up the corrosion. The vast majority of that's breaking up really nicely now. You can look down there, most of that's come off. Will probably take a little bit of time to get all this out, but let's try a little pick where it's a bit tougher here. But the like I said, the acetic acid is really helping shift that. You can see that's just all cracking up now. There's basically just the residue left. Get in. In all the little nooks and crannies. There we go. Right. We'll see how that's done after that's been sitting for a bit. This is the bit where we really need to get it clean, where the new contact's going to go down there. We'll clean them contacts up the best we can. Right, what I'll do is I'll just go and rinse this off, and we'll come back when we've got it rinsed and cleaned, and we can have a look, see what we can do about replacing that broken contact there. So back in a sec. Right, okay, we're back, and as you can see, that's actually cleaned up rather well. Now, it's not cleaned up perfectly. I mean, there is still a little bit down in the corners, but that's not going to cause any issue. All the main corrosion where the battery contact there has gone. And I've just had a little play with the contacts on this side, and actually they're still, you know, they've still got plenty of tension in them. So I think we've been lucky. I think it leaked most on this side here, and that's just, you know, where it's run down and caught them, so they don't look too bad. So all we need to do is come up with some new contacts for that side there, and it's just the bridge contact. So what I've got, and this is why I don't like throwing anything away, I picked a load of these up a few years ago from their Argos customer returns, and I was fixing them for ages and flogging them at car boots and stuff like that. This one is one that was not worth fixing. It's got cosmetic, you know, damage to it, and it has the fault of it scratches CDs. And these things aren't worth very much, just, you know, a couple of quid maybe. But what it does have is it has some nice spring contacts in it. So let's get this apart and let's see if this can give us the parts that we need. I need a smaller screwdriver than that. Let's try that one. Now I'm not guaranteeing these contacts will fit straight in there, but we should at least be able to modify them and make them work. Okay, that should have us inside it. There we go. These things really are crap. They are really poorly made, things like this nowadays. There's a few pieces I can probably pillage and use off that for other bits. But what we want is that there. Just pop that out. Throw that in my scrap pile. Go on the floor for now. I'll sort it out and put it in the proper scrap pile at a later date. Right, so there we have a nice spring contact and the bit for the other side. Let's see how much work this is going to need to actually fit in here. Now, that's the positive, that's the negative. So it's unfortunately it's the wrong way around that. We're going to have to do some bending to make this fit. I think it will actually get it to do what we want it to do. But we need that spring on the other side, so that spring sits over there and that sits, I mean those are going to push together, aren't they? And those are going to go in there and make that contact quite nicely. So if that spring was on the other side, then this is going to work. So let's see if we can twist it round. Oh no, it broke off, damn. Now could we, now we've got that to break off, you see that's going to go in there nicely, lovely. And I'm wondering if we can get that spring to go down in there, whether we can then solder a bridge between the two, and that will work really nicely. In fact, what I might have to do is just shorten that ever so slightly, put it in there. Let's get the soldering iron switched on, because that's going to work. We've got a nice contact there, that's definitely going to work. We might just have to trim that little bit off there. Yeah, I think we will, so otherwise it's going to stop the back going. Oh, let's try it. Oh, actually no, it fits. That fits. So all we need to do is get that spring in there and then solder a bridge between the two, and everything should work out how we want it to. I wonder if I just take one little bit off that spring. Let's have a look. Oh, there. In fact, we could unwind it a bit, couldn't we? So we've got something to go between the two. If I unwind that bit off that spring like that, let's try getting that spring in there. Yeah, perhaps unwind a little bit more. Yeah, that's going to work. There we go. There we go. Get that bit of that spring, that side of there, like that. Then all we need to do is figure out, yeah, it's a little bit bent, but I think that's going to work. If that's the case, I wonder if I can actually bend that into the new contact. So we bring that up like that. This is sprung steel, so it's not the easiest thing to work with. Right, okay. Take that little piece out from there. Push him home. Yeah, that's going to work. Right, okay, then all I need to do, bend that up, bend it down again. Get that spring back out. There we go. Put a little bend there. That goes down there. That goes in there. Right. Okay, let's give that a go. Now I've got some alkaline batteries here, so we want that one, and that makes quite a nice contact, so that spring's working. Let's see about on this side. See, this side we're not quite making contact there. So we need like more of a plate on there, and if you think about it, that's how the old one was. Let me actually, something else I've got here, again from the junk pile. And we've already used bits of this to repair other things. In fact, I used a piece of this to repair a Cartier wristwatch for a friend of mine. Mainly a piece of the aerial. But what I'm thinking, so we can get in here. There we go. What I want is that. There. Now we're going to have to do a bit of trimming, I think. Yeah, it's just going to be slightly too wide. So let's see what we can do to trim that down. Where am I? There they are. These are scissors, but they're incredibly sharp and they can cut thin steel. Like that. We'll take that off there. Cut that tab off because we're not going to need that. Pop that battery out while we're working. I'm going to need to cut the same off the other side, I think. There we go. Let's try that. I think I'm going to need a little bit more off it. Which you don't want to cut too much off, or else it's not going to stay in place, it's going to drop out. Let's try that. Yeah, that's looking promising. Tiny bit on that side there. That's looking okay. Right, where's my pliers? Now I'm going to have to take even another tiny little bit off. This is going to be really tight. But that's what we want it tight. We don't want it flopping around in there, we don't want it pinging out either once we've got it in there. Get that down there. There we go. There we are. We are going to have to trim that slightly on the top so we can get in and do it in situ. Yeah, there we go. And that basically is trapping the other part of that behind there to make the contact, so we've got contact from both sides. Let's see if I can push that side of that spring into, there we are. No, pop back out again. There we are, lovely. So we've got a new spring in there, and we've got a new contact there and a bridge over the top. Right, let's see whether the batteries are going to fit. So we know that one works, but moment of truth is this one going to make contact? It looks like it does. Let's grab the meter. Where's my other probe? There it is. Right, okay, and we should have about 3 volts on these contacts if everything's working. So let's try that. There we go, 3.2 volts, lovely. It should be that way around, but there we go, yeah, 3.2 volts. So, put these batteries back out. So those contacts are obviously still good. I will get this screwed back together and then we can give it a try. In fact, that goes together quite nicely there. I'll get this screwed back together. Oh, hang on, we've got to put that gasket in as well. Yeah, I'll get this screwed back together and then we'll come back and we will see whether we have actually fixed it or not. So, back in a sec. Right, okay, we're back. Getting that blue gasket back round inside there and sat in its groove with all the little tabs in the right place was a little bit of a mare. That took me a good 15-20 minutes to do. But we've got it back together. So let's get some batteries. Put the batteries in it, and let's see if we fixed it. I'm quite hopeful on this one. I'm not usually with severe battery corrosion repairs, but I think on this one we may have got away with it. Right, where's power? There we go. And it works. Compass. Yep. Yep, we have a working unit. Perfect. See how you turn it off, I'm not sure. I presume you hold something. But yeah, it just goes to show if you do have something with battery damage, it's always worth having a go. You mightn't get as lucky as I have with this one, but like I said, you never know. You might just get lucky and find something that's in the state of that, like this, where it's actually sealed and the actual battery corrosion hasn't got inside the unit, and the only damage it's done is just to the outside of it. But that all seems to work as it should. I don't actually know how to use the unit. Like I said, it belongs to a friend of mine. I don't actually know how you actually power it down or anything. Now I've got it switched on. But I think we can definitely say that that is now working. If you hold two buttons down or something. Well, it doesn't really matter, that's irrelevant. But anyway, I thought I'd just show this quick repair attempt, and for once, like I said, with something that's had severe battery corrosion like that, we've actually been successful. So I hope you enjoyed watching me tinker about with that thing. It can go back to my friend now, and he can hopefully not stick it in a drawer and let batteries leak in it again. So I'll say hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.